Dude, there's a
So
fat kid in everybody.
there is. Keep him suppressed. That's what Jeremy does. I let him reign free, and it's miserable. Welcome on the trail here again. Trail whispers, my friend. Welcome on the trail here again. Trail whispers round the bend. Trail whispers back again. All right,
JRich,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back.
welcome back. How many people do you think we're welcoming back, according to our
Oh,
statistics?
according to our statistics, we're at least in the double digits, probably around 20 to 25 people. So
Okay.
if you're one of those 24 people, thank you. And it never hurts to tell a friend.
You think maybe we're
Um,
reaching an audience that doesn't have friends?
maybe my mortgage is due in a few weeks though, so if you guys could pump it up, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, that'd be great. No, I mean, yeah, obviously we don't run any kind of advertising or anything, right? So it's organic. I made one Facebook post and sent out a text message to a couple people. I don't even think you've told anyone yet.
I haven't told a soul except for my wife. Letting it grow
So that's the
organically.
problem. Organically would be like, oh, I'm gonna tell my friends at church, and I'm gonna tell this guy at a coffee shop or whatever. But it's like that would be organic. You're like
Yeah.
anti-ganic or something. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Hey, but welcome back for those of you that are faithful.
Yeah, maybe you're a first-time listener, so welcome aboard. Basically, this is not how we prefer to film it. We would prefer to be in person together. Typically, Monday night, 9 o'clock, Jeremy comes over. He's usually got a big skillet full of jalapeno poppers, homemade, smoked on his smoker, and we eat those, we talk, and then we record. And that's awesome. I love it. It also keeps me accountable, keeping the house clean. Let's just be honest, you know, because like the weekends I have the kids and then it's just a mess here. And so I'm always just like, all right, Monday right after work, I've got to get everything caught up, everything clean. So I still did it tonight, but you know,
Good for you.
yeah,
That shows progress.
yeah. So we would love to be in person, but he's in Florida right now. Um, Evading the law. So we're here.
Dude,
No, your wife's
it's
getting certified.
unseasonably yeah, she's
Oh,
getting
sorry.
certified
Be a
uh
lifeguard.
lifeguard. Yeah. Yep, so her goal is to work at the YMCA like one day a
Nice.
month.
So four
Yeah.
months of training for that. I didn't realize it was that stringent.
It's intense in order to save lives at the YMCA.
I'll drink to that.
Dude, it's unseasonably cool today. And when I say cool, I think we only hit like 72 for a high, but
Really?
it's a little bit chilly now where I've got a hoodie on outside. Last time I think I was in short sleeves and comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard Florida's been ebbing and flowing like that. Like when we went down a couple weeks ago, it was like 84, but they said the week before was like 50, and then the week after was supposed to be 60, and we just hit this like perfect window. So,
Yeah. Yeah, this time of year I've heard from the locals you'll hit some stuff like that. So it's just what it is. I can't complain because I checked out what was back home there in Ohio. I wasn't missing anything.
dude, it's freaking cold over here right now. It's cold. Yeah. It's
What's the
been cold
term
doing
that
my
people
grounding
use?
in the morning. What?
What's the phrase that people use
What are you talking about?
when it's cold?
Frigid? Cold?
And there's another term with like diamond cutters.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard that before. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah. Um,
So
yeah, it's
grounding has
been
been
cold.
cold?
So for the viewers, I've been since, December 1st, I've been doing this. So every morning I go outside, just have a moment of reflection and stand outside barefoot. So I know it's hippie, but I've been doing it and I've been enjoying it. It's been good just to like bring myself to a focus in the morning. I've seen more
Mm.
benefit from that, I think, than like this whole hippie idea of like your bare feet being on the ground. Like I can't prove any benefit from that, but I can say for sure it's been good for me to like dial in the morning, spend a few minutes in prayer, and then get the day started. So,
Dude,
but
you
it's
need
been
to
cold.
just rename it and just tell people you're doing the Atom. You're just going out in the buff, just standing
Yeah,
there.
right. I have the robe on. The robe our friends, you remember our buddy Josh bought us those brown robes. Do you
Dude,
remember
they're
that?
unbelievable.
They're so
Oh, I have
soft.
my, every day I wear mine. I forgot to bring it on our vacation though.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm getting it right now. Here it is, viewers. Here's the robe. Look how soft
Oh,
it looks.
it's
I'm not gonna put it
plush.
on because I'll start sweating, but yeah, dude. And it, yeah, it's amazing. So Josh, if you're out there, thanks for sending us these. I wear it every morning. So yeah, but that's how
Yeah,
we get started.
he's one of our sponsors.
Is he really? I didn't know
Yeah,
he
yeah.
decided to do that.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely one of our sponsors. He's been a key
Enjoy
contributor.
Optical,
Enjoy Optical, Edmond, Oklahoma.
or you can
They've
find
got a few. Yep.
one of their pop-up campuses located in every Dollar General across America. So go in there. The glasses you find are from Enjoy Optical. Try them on. Ask one of the Dollar General associates for help if you need it, and they can assist to get the right fit and the right frame for you.
And lenses too.
Yeah, they actually have a lens shop in the back, behind the bathroom back there. You need a key to get in, but there's a lens
And the
shop. So,
code for $10 off. Do you remember the code?
oh, I don't. I don't have it in front of me. Do you have it there? Can't seem to find it.
Um,
I think it was scam, SCAM,
yes,
scam
scam.
for $10 off. Seriously though, Edmond, Oklahoma, check him out. Small business, support the small business, and he will give you $10 off if you use the code
Yeah, I
SCAM.
think he might be doing a giveaway next month for the podcast, giving away one of those robes to our one of our subscribers.
Yeah, so we also had, I think we picked a winner for our lint bag subscriber as well.
Did we?
Yes, so the YouTube winner was Ferguson39.
Dude,
Ferguson39.
he's in for some luck. So while we've been
Some
here,
lint. He's in for some lint.
we've been accumulating even more that my wife's been saving. I don't know what we're going to need it for down here in Florida. So, Brian, you're going to
Nice.
get a little bit of this too. I think that the cool thing about this is some of this has, I think, pet hair. I think there was a pet that was possibly at this house. This one's kind
Nice.
of cool, multicolored. It's kind of a two-tone. You've got a reddish wine color, crimson color on the back, light
Ohio
gray.
State,
Ohio State.
light gray and crimson.
Same with this, little bit of a little crimson, a little bit of gray. So Ferguson, you're gonna get a lot of that stuff. Just
Ferguson39.
send us your
Yep.
address.
Yep. Send us your address and your social security number to trailwhispers@gmail.com. So, sounds good. We'll get that sent over to you ASAP, my friend.
Yeah, so
How was
thank
your
you. Thank you to our sponsor, Josh.
Yeah, enjoy Optical and the pop-up campuses in Dollar General. How was your week, Jeremy?
Dude, it was awesome. I got so many fun stories to share on here. But dude, we had a good rhythm. The learning the area has been fun, trying new places, adventuresome. We did have a wild time. I took the kids to the beach on Thursday. Thursday, I took them to the beach. Never been to Fort Myers Beach, and I don't ever plan on going back. One
Hmm.
way in, one way out. It took us about 30 minutes to travel 3 miles, and we get to the beach. You got to pay per hour per parking. I'm like, let's just go for an hour and just see how that goes. We get to the beach, and there was something washed up on the entire beach, and it's called the non-technical term is called sea pork,
That's what I'm talking
not
about.
not bacon. Looks like a giant shell with a giant blob coming off the end that's like a rubbery, kind of funky organism. Let's just call it that. And the
Hmm.
whole beach is lined with it. I actually cut open the bottom of my foot on one of them, so I'm hoping it doesn't get
Really?
infected. But the whole
Dude, that's
beach was
crazy.
covered with that. It's like a giant party beach, and it just smelled like rotting fish. So I'm like, welcome to the beach.
Yeah, so will you ever go back? Never to
Not
that
to that
beach?
beach. No.
Yeah.
No, it
Are
was
there
pretty
other
bad.
beaches
But
close by?
oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of really nice beaches. We went to a different one than the on Friday and found like one that's kind of like off the beaten path a little bit. Then you drive through like one of these multi-million dollar neighborhoods to get back there, but super nice little beach we went to, so that was fun.
Sounds like you might be on someone's like private property if that's
I might be.
it's off the beaten path, it's in a
Hey.
neighborhood, it's really private. That's called private beach.
Kids, there's a pool. We got to jump over this fence for it. We're going to go pool hopping. So, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah,
these houses are so big, I think you could lose your kids in them. So, a little bit outside of my flavor. I like a little bit more of a cottage feel.
yeah. I don't know. I feel and like I don't know. Like maintaining a big house just seems like a chore. Like my house is not very big. Like I'm sitting on like 1,250 square feet on the main level, and then I have the basement, and I have like a bungalow for storage. But it's like that's enough. Like that's enough to do. There's enough floors to sweep, enough things to clean, you know. And then you don't want to be so separated. Like it's nice because when we're all here, we're all together. Like it's not ideal
Yeah.
for entertaining,
Yeah.
but like for my season, it's okay. You know, one day I'm sure I'll have a bigger house, but yeah,
A
I
little
don't know.
cozier feel.
Yeah, for now, you know. And I got my mom's dog with me now, so
Yeah.
that's exciting.
What's going on? A few times I've seen looks like a coyote in the background looking at you.
It's basically like a cross-eyed mangy coyote. So here he goes
Okay.
right now. Yep, there he is. Um,
What's the story on that?
so super sad story on this. My dad passed away 8 years ago now, right? And he basically had like one good weekend of life left. Okay, like he knew he was going, and like from here he basically went to hospice and then he died, right? Which is obviously it's sad. It's my father. You know, I love my dad. But so my mom was like, do you want to go get a cabin in Amish country, or do you want to go get that dog? Because he wanted to get her a dog, right? And so he was like, let's go get the dog. And so unfortunately, the dog they got was this dog. And like, I know the viewers are gonna think after the last episode that I just hate dogs. It's nothing against dogs. It's just this dog. Like, it's not a good dog. Like, yeah, he'll stay by my mom when she's walking outside and stuff. Like, he's good in that regard. But like, he's got this crazy overbite, and it's just like an ugly dog. And he like growls at my kids, at little kids. He like growls at little kids and like scares them. He's just like, it's not a good dog, and it's going through something I went through as an 11-year-old, a little hair loss, and so like its whole neck is bald, so you like see its skin. So my mom's like crushing up vitamins and putting it in his food, and I'm like, Mom, like, what are we doing? She's like, don't forget to put this in peanut butter and give it to him, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? So I just feel bad because like this was the last thing my dad got from my mom, and it's kind of funny at this point, you know?
Oh
So
yeah, he wanted to give her something to keep her busy.
what he wanted was a protector, but what he got was this dog. And so he named the dog. He named the dog. He named the dog Rommel, Rommel or ELL. But it was the name of a German tank commander in World War II. And this guy was like notorious in Africa for like kicking butt. And he's one of the guys that um, led the operation against Hitler to get him like killed and stuff like that. And so my dad like loved this guy in history, thought he was super cool. This guy's like bad to the bone, you know, driving a tank around in the desert, just blowing people up. And then we got this dog here.
This dog just has bad genes.
It really does. There's some other stuff wrong with the dog that I don't want to talk about on the pod because I know we got some kids listening. But yeah, I don't know. The
Dude,
dog's
that's
messed up.
funny. Okay, so if your mom wants, I might have a solution for the dog. It won't work for us for the bald head, but my wife's got family down here in Fort Myers, and we visited them in December when we were down. And they have like four tiny little dogs, and one came completely bald. It's like just one of these little, just a tiny little thing you can hold on to. And she ordered some sort of special concoction from Europe somewhere and put it on faithfully on this dog, and this dog literally grew hair.
Hmm.
So
Like full hair or like mangy
full,
hair?
full hair.
Really?
It was so
Yeah.
good that her husband, who's bald, he's like, oh, it's worth a shot. So he tried it on his head, and he's like, yeah, it didn't work for me.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, send it to me. I'll send it to her. She'll probably try it.
yeah, might be
Yeah.
worth it for the. If she's crushing up vitamins. Did she try that with you? Well, she tried the Rogaine as like the individual drops. Did
Yeah.
she ever just do like a little bit of peanut butter on your tongue with crushed vitamins?
I don't know what was in the whale of a pale ice cream I was eating. I have no idea what my mom was putting in there to make me grow hair or whatever.
Lose it.
So, yeah, who knows what she was putting in that stuff. So, yeah, I got some feedback on the last episode. People really liked the bedtime snack story. So, I'm
Oh,
glad I'm glad that made some people laugh out there. I know my
okay. I can
sister.
remember. What was the trifecta? I remember whale the pail. What else?
So it always changed, right? But like usually I remember vividly eating like a bowl of fruit salad, like a whole can of canned fruit salad in like the syrup. And then I remember Whale of a Pale vanilla ice cream. We always had that. And then I remember Cheetos, Planters Cheetos. They came in a tin, like in a cardboard tin thing. And then that would get alternated out with chips and dip. Chips and dip was like my kryptonite. It was like that's one of my favorite snacks, man. Some chips and
R-
dip, man.
Yeah, that's good. What's your favorite dip?
I'm not so I like the hell of a good chip dip. That's a good
Oh
dip.
yeah.
The long dip from Circle K is a good dip. I don't get down with like generic dips and everything like that. I like dipping a chip that's not just a plain chip. So if we got a sour cream and onion or like a cheddar sour cream, just for some extra flavor, I
Oh
enjoy that.
yeah. Oh
So,
yeah. What's your go-to for chips?
oh, I mean, I grocery shop at Aldi and they don't have bad chips, so I usually just buy their chips. But if I was in the store, I'd probably go Ruffles. I like something that's not gonna break. It's got the ridges in the chip that make it a little more
Ridges.
sturdy.
Do you go with
Yeah.
like the cheddar?
Yep,
The sour
cheddar sour
cream.
cream. That would be my
Dude, that's
go-to if I went
so
right now.
good. So good.
Do you even, so here's a question for you. You've been basically carnivore, keto, essentially, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
for what? 2 years now?
Yeah, we're coming right up on 2 years. Yeah, so like if I venture out, it's those poppers. I'm getting some jalapenos or banana peppers.
So, do you like, do you get cravings for stuff? Like you're sitting here saying, those chips are so good. Are you getting a craving for those chips? Or
No.
are you just saying like, I remember being fat and eating chips and it was good?
B.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Just curious.
I can't even draw the flavor into my mouth. You know, like you can imagine, like if I said fast break right now, your mind can literally produce the chemicals, and you're like, man, I can taste that in my mouth right now.
I love the Reese's Fast Break. Yes, I'm tasting it. It's a good
Yep,
candy bar. Yeah.
it's good.
But you can't do that with these foods
Can't
anymore.
do it. Can't do it.
So how long do
So
you think you'll stay this way? So if you've been on this for 2 years, kind of what got you to that point, and then how long do you think you'll stay with it?
it's just now it's dialed in. This is kind of until I die.
It's like you're never gonna have a piece of birthday cake, nothing.
There's honestly no allure anymore to it. First summer was hard. Go out for ice cream with the kids, take them out for ice cream, and I'm like, oh man. But a couple months afterwards, it was just kind of like, this was normal. First Thanksgiving. So if I knew I was gonna die, like I had like a day that, oh, okay, I'm going to die, I might eat a whole pumpkin pie just for fun.
Hmm. And that would be it, though. Like,
That'd be it.
yeah.
That'd be my thing. If I was going to go out on something, I'd be going out with that. I mean,
So the
imagine
plant,
just the last food in your mouth was just pumpkin pie and a cup of coffee.
I
For
don't like
me,
pumpkin pie.
or carrot cake, I could do either
There you
or.
go. I like carrot cake. That's one of my favorites. Gotta have the cream cheese frosting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. There's a
So
fat kid in everybody.
there is. Keep him suppressed. That's what Jeremy does. I let him reign free, and it's miserable. Um, so that's interesting. That's an interesting thing. So what would you pick as your last meal? Let's say you knew tomorrow you were gonna die.
Mm.
You get your last meal. You get your last dinner.
Mm.
What do you pick for dinner, and who do you eat the dinner with? Just thinking of this
Um.
off the cuff, not plan this.
Okay, it'd be pretty easy because, dude, I love the bacon and cream cheese. I mean, that's just a way to go out. It's probably the bacon and cream cheese or the poppers. It could be, it might involve a steak, but I just feel like those are kind of like right there at my top of the list. I
Hmm.
would probably splurge for some carrot cake or pumpkin pie with some coffee, just as like a final sweet, like on my way out.
Hmm.
And I think I'd just probably go with our, probably President Biden.
They'd be like, I heard there was
Big,
ice cream
big,
here.
big hero of mine. Yeah.
Okay, so
So
you'd
yeah,
have
that's,
dinner with Joe Biden.
yep.
No,
How about
obviously
you?
you'd have it with your wife and kids. That's the obvious choice, right?
And Joe.
And Joe. Yeah, he won't even know what's going on. Corn pop. You ever hear him tell that story? But anyways,
How about for you?
yeah, I would. So yeah, dessert is so much easier for me to think of. Like, I feel like carrot cake with the cream cheese frosting. That's just where it's at. I love that. Um, I would. I'm a soda guy. I know you're not a soda guy. I'd probably get like a super fizzy. Sometimes the fizz is off in these drinks. These restaurants don't have it dialed in. But I'd get a super fizzy um, diet cherry Coke, something like that. Sounds real good. I would do. I love
Wait, why
shrimp.
would you go with a diet if you're going to die the next day?
I mean, you don't want to have, I don't know, I'm just used to diet, I guess.
Okay.
But I mean, I've been drinking
One
diet
last
pop
one last hit
since,
of the rat poison.
might as well. We're gonna die anyways. Um, I love shrimp, so I'd probably
Oh yeah.
do some kind of, I'm just thinking of like a garlic shrimp. Um, that sounds really good. And I don't know if I'd do some pasta with it or not. Like an appetizer, I'd probably do like some good chicken wings or something like that. I love chicken wings.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, some people don't like to eat chicken off the bone, but that's how I like to do it. Just put it in, twist it a little bit, clean that sucker off, dip it in some ranch. I like that. So
Dude, that
yeah,
sounds
and then
amazing.
I'd eat it with my kids and my family. So probably like my sister and brother-in-law, nephew, and my mom. So maybe my brother if he's available. So and niece and sister-in-law. So yeah, probably just have it with family.
Yeah.
But maybe
Yeah, I
if
don't know.
Joe's
It'd
available.
be kind of fun to have a like a last dinner with friends and dessert with family. Like dessert with family and dinner with friends. Have like you, Josh, a couple of you guys hanging out with me. It'd be fun. Just one good last laugh.
Last laugh, little encouragement before the death.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'd be good.
This is a great segment, dude. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that segment's sponsored by Adjust Chiropractic. So head on down to Adjust Chiropractic today and see Dr. Brian or one of the staff. Use the code Witchcraft and you're going to get $10 off your first visit or adjustment. So you tell him we sent you. He's going to take care of you, get you popped back into place. I'll be going there on Monday. So excited to
Nice.
see him. Yeah, this next Monday. So I'll be able to give you an update.
Another
So
update. We'll have to ask him for an update too on you.
yeah,
Tell him
let's
that
get him
you want an
on. Give
update
him a
when you're
call.
there and say, hey, I want an update on what you want to share medically that you found out about me tonight after adjusting me.
Maybe I'll see if he'll let me record like a little soundbite of him.
Yes.
That'd be fun. Doc, if you're listening, think about it. I don't know if that violates HIPAA or not. I don't think so. All that stuff's a scam
Fun.
anyways. But yeah.
All right, so
Is
buzzing on from this one, I know we talked a little bit about it last week, but we're going to hit it this week a little bit. Childhood jobs.
Hmm. First of
What
all,
did you
let me
do?
just say for our viewers and listeners, Jeremy did a really good job at putting this episode together, kind of planning some things out. So hopefully you're enjoying the structure. So yeah, childhood jobs. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I remember doing odd jobs. I had a garden when I was a kid in the backyard. Why are you laughing? That's what in the world? I had a garden. What's wrong with the garden? I wasn't growing marijuana or anything. It was just cabbage. I was
I don't know
growing the
why that
devil's
struck me as
lettuce out
funny.
there.
Oh, City of
Oh man.
Champions.
Yeah, so we had a small backyard and I had a garden. And so it was after we cut the grass too short. We were trying to replicate Wimbledon. They played on grass, they played tennis on grass. So we lowered the volleyball net all the way down to the ground and cut the grass as low as we possibly could and like killed all the grass in the yard.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, that was wild. But I then did a garden back there and I would grow things and I would sell it to my mom. So I was growing it on her ground with her seeds using her water and then I would sell it to her. So she would give me like 5 cents for a tomato, 25 cents for a cabbage, something like that. So
Dude, what a
yeah,
genius idea from
it
your
was
mom.
fun. But I was like, yeah, because I was out there every day in the summer. So I would go out there and water the plants and pick the weeds and
Dude, what a fun memory. Do you find yourself gardening today?
uh no, not really. I, so I have some raised garden beds out there. Um, I don't necessarily garden. I bought some trees on Amazon that I grew, and I used the beds to grow these trees in, which are pretty cool. Um, they grow like really fast. So I have these trees that are like probably 20 feet tall. They're like 3 years old. So it's pretty crazy. And then I have the apple trees. So I've got like 28 fruit trees, apple and pear, and I pick the apples with the kids and stuff, and like we'll make applesauce or whatever, but I don't like intentionally garden. I have grapes out
Mm,
there too and blackberries and stuff, but yeah, that's it.
mm.
So, but that was the job. So I would make, every week I'm pulling in, you know, possibly $1. So, but
Hey,
that was
not
it.
bad.
Yeah. You want to say one of yours and then I'll go back and do another one of mine?
Yeah, I mean, I had, I did some of the usual stuff, shoveling driveways and some hustles that way, mowing some yards for people, doing stuff like that. Of course, we had my grandparents they have a couple rental properties, so we did a lot of work with them, which was always entertaining. And one of the most memorable ones was um, my grandma had a renter when they moved in. The boy was in middle school. When they moved out, he graduated high school. And when they moved
Hmm.
out, she had me and my brother go down there, and the whole basement, he had literally spray painted it black.
Oh, wow.
Everything.
It's
Walls,
exciting.
windows, floors, ceiling, everything black. And under the steps, we had to clean out. He had constructed an altar with vomit underneath the steps.
Wait. He
You're,
constructed an altar
yes.
out of vomit.
An altar, and there's vomit on the altar and all in underneath the stairs. That was an odd job.
That's wild.
I'd like
My
to
goodness.
find out what this guy's name was and look him up.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What did you guys even do then? You cleaned it up and then you painted
You just
everything?
clean it up and paint. Yeah, I mean, in black, we did a couple coats, I feel like 2 coats of primer and multiple coats of paint to get it. I mean, it was insane.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah.
What'd you get paid for that job? Do you
Grandma always
remember?
paid us really well. Yeah, I don't remember. She paid us by the hour, and then she'd always give us bonus tips, or, she'd be like, right on the outside of her envelope, like, great job on doing like outstanding work, $20 bonus or something. Just
Hmm,
my grandparents
that's
have always been
cool.
very generous, so she'd always look for ways to take that generosity to the next level.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I had a paper route. I got it in I want to say the seventh grade. I got the paper route, but it wasn't like in my neighborhood. It was like a mile from my house. So I would have to walk and do this, which in the summer it wasn't bad, but in the wintertime it was a son of a gun. So then my mom would drive me around and it was terrible. And I made like $15 a month or something stupid. Like I was not making anything for this. So,
Dude, did you have trouble collecting? I had a friend that had a paper route back in the day, and I used to always go with him. He wanted me to go with him to try and collect the payment, and he'd have these crotchety old people that would like haggle over paying.
hmm. Yeah, mine didn't. It's in the City of Champions. They didn't have the carriers collect. It was just, yeah, they just, it was worked out with the paper company somehow. I don't know how they did it. So
Hmm.
I just got like a check in the mail, you know, every 2 weeks or something, and it was like nothing. It was just a waste.
Maybe we could get an update on the paper route from your one friend that's got a route.
My friend Artie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I got a friend Artie.
he's
That's how
got
he,
quite a few years in.
that's how he paid for his roof.
I
It's
think.
actually, it's actually made of newspaper. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
How long has your dad been doing paper routes for?
This will give you a good idea. I want to say, um, I think he's coming up on, is it your silver anniversary when you hit 25 years?
No way. A 25-year anniversary.
I think it's 25 years.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
wild. There's not a part of me that would ever want to, because their paper route is like a nighttime paper route or early morning hours, but same thing. You're getting up at 3 in the morning for 25 years straight. That dude, there's nothing that sounds enjoyable about that.
no, that's miserable.
Yeah,
And how much money are you making with that?
I don't know. Maybe when we
That's
get
my
on the
question.
podcast, we can
Get him
interview
as
him.
a get. Yeah, give him a call. You mind calling him now?
Yes. We'll do a three-way with him.
Yeah, give him a buzz. I'll wait here.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, so I had the paper route. It was what it was. I hated it. I ended up quitting it after a year just because I wasn't making anything and it was just a burden. My mom was mad, and that was it. Yeah. So,
Dude, that sounds terrible.
yeah. What
It's
else
the
did you do?
sacrifice that parents make for you with odd jobs is always kind of funny.
That me in particular, or like kids in
No, I think
general?
just parents in general with their kids.
Because I was going to tell a
Yeah.
story about a sacrifice that my dad made for me doing an odd job. So,
You do have one, you said?
oh yeah, yeah. There was a summer when I was probably 14 years old or so, and I tell my dad I want to make some extra money, and I'm too young to get a real job, and you know, his solution is not like give me work to do around the house or the yard. No doubt we could have found something. His solution instead was to inform me of the robust, lucrative market of recycling aluminum cans. And so he told me I could ride my bike around and pick up aluminum cans, old pop cans and beer cans, and I could turn those in and they would give me good money for these cans, air quotes here. And so basically, not even kidding, like the whole summer, I went out every day. I'd ride my bike with like a Walmart bag on the handle, and I'd stop there, put the kickstand down, empty out the beer from the can or the pop from the can, and then I'd put the can in my bag, crush it, put it in my bag, and I keep riding through the streets of Massillon, ride miles a day. I did this basically every day in the summer. End of the summer comes, I've got like 10, 15 good sized garbage bags of cans, and I got like, I don't even know if I got $20 for a whole summer's worth of work. And my dad was just laughing, rolling laughing because I
Dude,
ran
your
so
dad,
my whole summer.
he was the OG for sales. I'm telling you, he had you sold on everything just about.
Dude, but like, why did I keep believing it? It's like,
I don't know.
no, this was a terrible investment, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It is amazing though, the hustle of people that collect scrap metal. Like, I'll put something by the road. Like, I've put like an old water heater out there or an old fuel oil, um, drum out there or something metal.
Hmm.
And like, dude, within like 2 hours, that thing is gone. You hear a truck pull up, someone
Yep.
jumps out, throws it in the back, and drives away. And
Yep.
it's respectable, you know?
Dude,
It's a
yeah,
little
you can make some
shady.
pretty decent cash on that. I'm always curious the people that are taking a trailer of aluminum siding and seeing what they're getting, or like a house if someone's replumbing it with PEX or
hmm
something like that and they get the copper. That'd be interesting to know what they bring in.
So I replumbed my basement with PEX. So
Okay.
for the listeners, PEX is like a plastic pipe instead of copper. So you cut all the copper out and you replace it with PEX. I didn't do my entire basement, but when I was remodeling my bathroom, I was pulling all this copper pipe out and I was replacing it with PEX. And then I just went down there and I just followed the pipes and I just started running new pipes that were easy to run. Like I wasn't looking to do anything crazy hard, but I just reran stuff, you know? Why not? I had all this
Hmm.
pipe. I cut the pipe into sections that were probably 3 or 4 feet, probably 3 feet, I would say, 3 feet long. And I put them in a 5 gallon bucket. I had a 5 gallon bucket full of 3 foot long copper pipe, and I got $60 for it.
Dude.
And so we went to Bob, the kids and I went to Bob Evans, and they got to see a scrapyard. It was a win-win.
Yeah.
So
Dude, we just cleaned out our pole barn recently, and we had, let's see, I filled up a 20-yard dumpster. I had a fire going for what seemed like days on end, and we did donation, gave some stuff away, sold some stuff, burned some stuff, and scrapped it. We had 3 truckloads filled with scrap, and the kids go and they make money on it. And I think overall, I think we made almost like $200 on scrap and stuff out from that
nice.
pole barn.
You let the kids keep the 200 bucks?
Yeah, I'll put it into their like savings and then let them spend some of it and kind of enjoy some.
Nice. That's
So
awesome.
they have to help if they want to just go along for the ride. And typically, like when we spend it, we'll go after we scrap it, go to like Tremont, get some coffee, or if they want to go get some ice cream or something like that, we'll go do that for a little bit.
Are they drinking coffee?
Uh, not really.
Yeah,
Not
like a
yet.
frappuccino or like something like an
Yeah,
icy drink or something. Let's talk
something.
about the purge for a second. Um,
Yeah.
I was actually going to bring that up as like an update on my week because this weekend I made the boys clean their bedroom. It was just getting out of hand. And I don't have a ton of time with them, so I try not to have them like I just want to spend time with them. But I was just like, guys, this is ridiculous. This room, like you got to pick this up. And so then I told Ella, like, I'll help you clean your room. She's 6. She is like the best cleaner. And so I got this basket and I was like, this is for everything you don't use or you want to throw away. She's throwing away everything. And I was just like, hang on a second. Like, let's keep that. You actually play with that, or you wore this hat this morning. Like you wear this hat, you know? Like so I had to like talk some sense into her, but she just wanted to purge everything. And so it motivated me. I went into the kitchen. I have a junk drawer, and then I have a drawer that has like stationery and pens and like different stuff, office supply stuff in there, like paperclip, stapler, junk like that. So I started purging everything out of this and then I told the boys like anything you're not using, throw it away. So we ended up with like 2 full garbage bags of stuff that we just threw out. And I
Dude,
felt
that's
like you a
nice.
little bit because I know you purge a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
You
Oh
want to talk
yeah.
about that?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the secret is a fire. Once it goes in the fire, you can't go rescue it. That's the only worry about a trash can and a trash bag is that somebody can reach in and rescue. So once I throw a stuffed animal in the flames, dude, it's gone.
Do you often find yourself throwing stuffed animals into flames?
Well, funny story. One time, my wife actually, we came back home, and so she's more like you. She'd call herself a collector. I'd call her a hoarder. But she's not like that anymore. She's gotten a lot better over time, with a couple moves and, changes in life and downsizing and all that. You're forced to face the facts, kind of like the bald head. You just got to
Yeah.
look in the mirror and be like, this is ridiculous. Why am I carrying this around? I've carried this around for 4 years. I don't touch it. Forgot I even had it. So she has gotten better. But we're coming home this one time, me and the kids, and we pull around. Our driveway. It's a flag lot, so we come around that turn, and we're heading right towards the house. She's walking out towards the bonfire with just toys. She's burning toys.
Oh wow.
Definitely.
Someone ticked her
Uh,
off.
oh, I think she just was like fed up with everything. So that's how we kind of celebrate Earth Day, is we just burn plastics. Dude, it was so
Dude,
funny though. She's just like overwhelmed, like this is just too much junk. There it goes. So I don't recommend that necessarily. That's where
Sure.
donations but in moments where you're feeling it, hey, full
Yeah,
send,
or like
baby.
stuff. I'm with you. Like, and sometimes it's easier to burn stuff than it is to throw it
Yeah.
away. Like we had a dresser in the garage, and this dog is all up on me. Like, ugh, ugh. But we had a go. You're fine. Go, move along.
Come on, Rommel.
My goodness gracious. But anyways, we had a dresser in the garage, and last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I just started burning stuff in the burn barrel, and I was like, I'm gonna throw this dresser in. So Jonah was just having the time of his life with a sledgehammer out there,
Oh yeah.
smacking this thing apart, pulling off panels, throwing it into the fire. Watch this one, Daddy. But then I just let him have free reign of the fire. Like I was just like, he's got it. Like he's fine. So I go inside making dinner and stuff, go outside. The whole yard back there is on fire. So thankfully my friend was here and he like stomped it out, and yeah, but I'm just like, holy crap. So that was crazy. But there's just something about burning stuff, just getting rid of it. It's like, I'll never see this again. It will disintegrate.
Therapeutic.
It's freeing. Yeah, it is. I need to
Yeah.
be better. Like, I just struggle being organized. Like, I'm even looking around right now and like the house is like quote unquote clean, but I'm looking and I'm like, man, like there's just stuff. Like, and do I need all this stuff? I don't know. I want to be better about it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think the more you find that less is more, and it's not just a statement, but like a way of life, you begin to look at everything through that lens and you're like, yeah, I really don't need this. So why would I keep it? Just causes
Sure.
me something to clean up or something to take care of that I don't use or don't want. So, and I try not to offer a bunch of stuff. Now, tools I'll give away. Like I've got a brother that likes to collect old tools, our Kentucky brother.
Yeah.
And so I've got a box of tools I'm keeping for him.
Okay.
So he's going to get that. And other than that, though, I don't want to give away junk to people. Just, hoarders like to collect junk.
Yeah. Like when I was talking to Ella, like we are cleaning her room and she's like, I'll give this away. And I was like, sweetheart, no one's going to want that. We're just going to throw it away. Like this is
Yeah.
junk, you know?
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
you know, a Mario toy missing a leg, and it's like no one wants that. We're just gonna pitch it. So yeah, it's good to do. I need to do it more regularly and be more intentional about it, I think.
Hey, if you want me to come
So,
over one day and help you purge, just turn your eyes
dude,
and you'll see me just I might even have the house up in flames.
I would take
I
you
might
up on
downsize
that.
you to the garage.
I might request that Mariah comes over as well, just to be like a voice of reason, but I would absolutely take you up on that. So,
I, yeah, yeah, dude, it'd be fun. It's
let's do it.
therapeutic. A few people I've told, and it's funny that a few of them have taken me up on actually getting the flame instead of the trash can, and they're like, there's just something about you throw it in the fire and you're like, it's gone. It's
Yeah,
literally gone. So,
I need
yeah.
that. All right, let's set a
All
date.
right,
Let's do
we'll
it.
set one on the books. Um,
Any other odd jobs for you that you wanted to talk about on this segment here?
no, I think those are my most interesting ones. Anything for you?
No, I mean we did like lemonade stands and junk, but yeah, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
um,
I just had
int-
one interesting interaction
okay,
from this week. So I found so where we're at, it's funny because it's a new area, so I'm learning the area. And so, you're trying to figure out the flow of life while my wife is gone, getting certified to become a lifeguard for the Y. I'm taking the kids around, we're doing stuff, and I want them to explore and have different experiences and get to do stuff. And the lady that's teaching her to become a lifeguard was like, "Oh, she's like, you're going past." She's like, "Are you turning on Ortiz Street?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "We're west of there." And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're in the hood." And I was like, "Okay, like cool. Like I don't feel." worrisome at all. It's just essentially it's a very Hispanic populated area where we're at. Well, we found this taco truck right beside a laundromat. So that kind of tells you what
That's
we're
what I'm
dealing
talking
with.
about. Yeah.
But it was good for our kids because, for them, laundry is simple. We have them help swap it out from the washer to the dryer, put some of their clothes away, hang some stuff up, but they're still little, so they're learning. And I told them, I said, look, these people that you see walking with laundry baskets, they literally have to come here in order to be able to do their laundry. So they got to experience the full, as much of a Mexico experience as you could get in the United States. I felt like that was pretty close to it.
Hmm.
But this taco truck, I had to order in Spanish. No joke.
Like
And
the
dude,
menu was in Spanish too?
100% everything's in Spanish. So thankfully, I knew enough to get by, but it was kind of fun because it forced me to like grow a little bit. And so I downloaded Google Translate too because I'm like, okay, I want to come back the next time. We've been back like 2 or 3 times, and I wanted to experience it again.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been in that situation before where I'm ordering a different language. So good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure too, like when they're giving me a dollar amount, like I'm able to kind of do the math in my head and know like, okay, I'm not getting overcharged for this. Dude, reasonable rates. I mean, prices were great. Couple bucks
Yeah.
for stuff. So yeah, it was fun.
That's cool.
That was
Like
that was
those
my fun interaction.
authentic
Yeah.
places. Yeah, mine was at a Dollar General. I went into the to get some new lenses at the Enjoy Optical Pop-up campus in Dollar General. And
Which Dollar General?
I was up in, because I was going to my niece's birthday party in like the Hartville area. So I was up that way. I don't know
Okay.
exactly where I was, but I wasn't in like a super good area. But the cash register, the guy at I guess you call him a cashier. The cashier, I just said like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" And that's just, I feel like that's just how I talk. Like I'm just like, "How's it going?" And usually most people say fine, and it's like, "Oh, cool, yeah," and then it's just anything did you find everything okay or whatever. But this guy was like, "Not good," and I was like, "What's going on? It's not good." And he's like, "I just don't see how things could get any worse." And it like caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting
Hmm.
it. And so I was just like, man, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. And he's like, I just don't see how it could get any worse. And then, he's ringing up. I was in there to get a Diet Coke to take to this birthday party because a lot of times they only have like fruit punch. And so I was like, I just want some little caffeine. So I'm getting my Coke Zero. And I just had a second. I had a gospel track on me, and I just talked to him for a second and told him that Christ died for his sins, and that we come through rough times in our life sometimes to get our attention
Hmm.
and actually help us get where we need to be going, because otherwise we wouldn't learn the lessons that we need to learn. So I just had a minute to talk with this guy, but it was really interesting of just like, you don't have people aren't honest usually when you say how you're doing. How are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm good. And it's a cultural thing, and I get it. And like, honestly, like that's kind of what you want because, you're just expecting to check out. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes people are in our path to kind of talk to for a second and
Yeah.
be like, hey man, like, yeah, this is going on, but don't be discouraged by this or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Dude, that's cool.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
interesting.
For some reason maybe you were the first person that came through that asked him how he was doing.
Or like when he said something, because like as soon as I said that to him, I was like, because I said, look, man, I don't know what you're going through, but Jesus Christ died for your sins. And he like
Mm.
his body language went from like annoyed to all of a sudden his guard was completely down, and like you could just see the look in his eyes was like he
Mm.
was in a different place when I said that. And
Mm.
and then he just like he just listened to me as I talked.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it was cool. So it's like, hey,
Dude, that's
you know,
awesome.
maybe a craving for a Coke Zero
Yeah.
is not always a bad thing. The rat
Not
poison.
always the best. Yeah. Dude, it's
Yeah.
cool because Sophia, she was at talking with this one little kid at the park and was talking about wanting to give him a Bible tract when we go back to the park and see him again. And so we got some couple Bible tracts to give out. And it's cool because the church that's down here has some Hispanic ones that are really nice and super simple. So I'm going to go back when I order. I need to figure out how I'm going to like do it through Google Translate, like what I'm going to actually say, because I can't
Mm.
hold a full-fledged conversation, but something that will like draw their attention to it and then be able to give it to them. So it's pretty cool to have those
Yeah.
opportunities in people.
Yeah, you could rehearse something in Spanish.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should do that for
It,
the podcast. Like rehearse a sentence and say it for us.
oh, I got one already. It's the one of the only ones that stuck with me from my Spanish teacher that had hairy armpits.
Weren't you homeschooled?
So, homeschooled my brother Josiah, who you know, and our friend Tim. We took Spanish from this lady, actually in Hartville. And so that was kind of cool, like the three of us learning. But the one time we're at her house and she's like using her arms and she's doing all this stuff and she had a tank top on. Dude,
Oh
buckwheat and a
no.
headlock. Full on black hair sticking out. So teenage boys seeing that, we were done. We weren't learning. But I do
Oh,
remember the one thing she taught us. It's for all of our Spanish listeners out there. You ready for it?
yeah, I'm listening.
Mas sabe el burro que tú.
Mosabe, Moburo,
El burro que
El
tú.
Burro. Okay, too. El Burro, that's the donkey, right?
The donkey.
Okay. So what's the
So
sentence? Something.
a donkey knows more than you. That's it.
That's all you took away.
And I know how to order tacos.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. My dad grew up in California, so he knew a little like phrases and stuff, but
Hmm.
yeah, I never picked up on it. So I just know ¿Dónde está casa de Pepe Juan? Where's the house of John? Or where's the bathroom?
Oh,
So
okay, the bathroom. Is it baño bathroom?
I don't
Can't you
know.
just
I
say
think
el
that's
baño?
you probably could. You said buckwheat in a headlock. Buckwheat in a headlock. Did you hear about the actor who played Buckwheat? He converted to Islam.
No. No.
He changed his name to Kareem of Wheat. Oh, isn't that funny?
Oh, you were waiting on that one.
I literally wrote it down. Yeah, that's fun. Um, yeah, so we have so we'll keep moving here. We're coming up on I don't know, like 58 minutes. Do you want to get
Yeah, we got a
into the
few minutes we'll have to cut out, so I think we're
yeah?
probably mid 50s.
Do you want to go into do you want to go into the reviews you were
Yeah.
talking about, or do you want to do the 5 for 5?
Yeah, so is my screen black?
Yep, it's black.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you these reviews, and I want you to try to guess what type of business this is for. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let me pull up the screenshots I took, and I'm going to leave out the words to not give it away. This one, I just love the dude's name. His name on Google is Guilty of Being Mike. So if you're a listener out there, Mike, thanks. Just a quick shout out. Had an okay blank, kind of basic boogie space, which I've never seen it spelled this way, but or bougie space, Bougie, I guess. Bougie. Aesthetics, menu prices. They had a sign in the tip jar that made it seem sacrilegious not to leave a tip. Bold. Tipped anyway, and we'll check it out again when they've been open more than 24 hours.
I think it's a coffee shop.
Coffee shop, baby.
Is
I've
it
never heard of a place being described as bougie, or I guess it's bougie now that I'm reading it
bougie?
again.
Yep, bougie.
Bougie. So And that's definitely not the feel. It's like a very minimal modern feel. So
Is
I
this
thought that
is
was
this a coffee shop that I've been to?
co- no, it's one down here that I
Oh,
visited. This one you're gonna like for a review. On a recent trip, and both the blank and blank were very good. The atmosphere is Spartan. Did you hear that?
no, it keeps cutting out at the same spot every time, which is weird. The atmosphere is Spartan. You want to restart it?
Atmosphere. Well, just that's the big takeaway is the atmosphere is Spartan.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't even know what genre that is. Is that like our Gen Z listener or is that our boomer listener?
That's, ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's probably a boomer.
I guess. I don't
So
know.
you, I stopped here. Blank and blank were very good. So they got two items. Um, it was probably like food and service were very good. Does that sound right?
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty
Okay.
close.
Was it was it a pizza place?
No, it was our same bougie coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
But I just thought it
Nice.
was fascinating that one person called it bougie and one person said the atmosphere is Spartan. So, yeah,
All
kind of
right.
crazy. Maybe one of
I
our listeners can fill us in on what Spartan means about an atmosphere.
and that guy's name was Mike something?
That first guy was Mike.
Okay. I've got a review here. These are both Maslin businesses, City of
There
Champions.
we go. City of
So,
Champions.
Kimberly Nashold left a review for this business and said, as useful as dryer lint. Last year, this is real. Last
No.
year, yeah. Last year we had to report our package stolen because the clerk said it was delivered with no proof. No package. I was sitting in my living room when it was delivered and it was never delivered.
This has got to be our favorite USPS.
Yep, exactly. The Maslin Post
Dude,
Office.
that place is a joke. You want to hear something crazy about them? So we had our mail forwarded. I have confirmation, even got the confirmation letter in our mailbox. Your mail will be forwarded from this date to this date, from this address to this address. Do you think
Hmm.
we've gotten our mail? No.
No way. No way in this
No,
world.
not a chance in this world. So my mother-in-law, thankfully, she saved the day, happened to stop by to take some stuff to our chickens and was like, "Hey, your mailbox is just overflowing."
Hmm.
So, yeah, they are as use. They're more useless than dryer lint. Dryer lint will
Yeah.
save you in a pinch.
Yeah. I just thought that was hilarious when I saw that one. I was like, this has got to be the one. All right, so I'll read a review here, a couple different reviews, I think. Um, so it says, this is Ducky left this review. Ducky says, worked here for 9 months. My dog died and had to take 2 days off. However, was already at 4 attendance points. When I came back, I was terminated. 0 out of 10 recommend working here. So, Ducky, sorry you had that experience when your dog died. I can't believe this company didn't give you pet bereavement days. This is a review from Shelley Scropatus, which is just a weird last name and very unfortunate. But it says, not very friendly at that store in Massillon. Didn't no one say hi when I walked in. Lady act like she didn't want to help us. No no one that was picking an order was very sweet and took time out to talk to us. Shelley Scoropatus. So didn't no one say hi when we walked in? Lady act like she didn't want to help us. So we appreciate you just being yourself here, Shelley. So those are the two reviews. Can you guess the business, Maslin business?
Let's guess Dollar General.
No, that's Walmart, my friend. The mess in Walmart.
Walmart.
Yep, not giving people pet
Oh,
bereavement days and didn't no one say hi when I walked in. So, yeah.
hey, it's important. Those people at the front door, they're the face of Walmart.
Dude, I mean, you get paid to be a greeter. You got to greet folks, Say hey.
I could see you doing that in your retirement years.
I think it'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, now they're like checking receipts because there's so much shoplifting going on nowadays. Like those greeters are having to check receipts when anyone leaves with like a large item that's not in a bag. Like if you're walking out with a TV, they're like checking receipts or whatever. That's not fun.
Dude, you know what you could do? You could bring back like a vigilante, and you could pull this off if you're like 80 years of age. You're working at Walmart, but if you could just be there and just let the guy walk by with the TV as he's getting ready to shoplift, and just take like one of those police batons to the back of the knees.
Yeah, I just thought that when you were saying that. I was like, gotta take him out at the knees.
I
Yeah.
feel like I could see you doing that. Be like, hey, put that back.
But seriously, if that happened to people, shoplifting would go down dramatically. Like if you saw one video of like a Walmart security guard breaking someone's kneecap, no way someone's gonna walk in there and try to steal something again. It's like
Yeah.
we're too soft. Like we just, oh, it's whatever, or that's their right to do that. They can, it's like no, no. We need to be stricter on people. Harsher penalties will mean people are afraid to commit the crimes. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see you and John Thurman manning a door.
Well, he's dead, so
That's right. That's right.
may
I
he rest in
forgot.
peace. Yeah,
Okay, so our
big
next
thirsty.
segment we got a few more to buzz through here. Word on the street. So met a friend, super cool couple. Actually met him at the coffee shop. This is such a cool coffee shop. They're a Christian couple. They travel abroad. He grew up in Canada. She grew up in Hawaii. They've lived in Australia. Just such a cool
Hmm.
couple. And they, or I was outside talking with him, and this homeless guy came up to me. Of course, I got all three of my kids there, and he's asking me for food. And the people there, they're just, they're looking for something. And I said, buddy, I don't give money out. I said, if you want to go inside, I'll buy you a drink from the coffee shop. I said, if I had some food, I'd give you some food. I got waffles that I made in the car for the kids earlier, but the car's like, a couple blocks away. And so it was cool. This guy, he was like, hey, buddy, I got something in the bag here, my little lunch bag. He gave him something. And the guy was like, oh, thanks so much and stuff. And then as he's leaving, my friend, he's like, all right, we'll see you later, uncle. And I just kind of like looked at him and I'm like, dude, is that your uncle? He starts laughing. He's like, "Oh no, no, that's just what I call people." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's trying to be like, "Yeah, I'm telling this older lady called her auntie," and I guess it's like a term. He's from Canada, and I guess it's like an endearing term
Huh.
for older people.
That's
So,
that's crazy.
is that crazy?
Yeah, that's fun. Because for a
But
minute you
at
thought
first, I
like
thought,
your uncle is homeless.
yes.
Yeah,
So I thought that was crazy.
yeah. When I worked third shift at FedEx, there was a guy there that answered the phones and talked to the truck drivers and stuff. His name was Ed, and Ed would try to call these drivers as many nicknames as he could during the phone call. So he'd be like, "All right, superstar." Like he would he would rattle through these names. He'd be like, "All right, superstar, what's your bill of lading number?" And then be like, "Thanks, chief." All right, and like he'd just keep going with these like chief, champ, like he just throw like off like tough guy, like all these things off the wall, and it was just hilarious. And he would do like 15 nicknames in a call, but I don't know. So it was like things like that really cracked me up. So
Dude,
that was
okay,
a
so I
good
got an
time.
idea. When we're together, we could pull this off, but we need to call and order some food or order something. and we'll do that. We'll see how
Yeah.
many we can get in a call.
Yeah. Like, hey, yeah, just think of all these names in advance. Yeah. Because I
Tough
feel like
guy.
if it's a guy, you're like with Chief and Superstar and like these things. If it's a girl, you're like Honey, Sweetie, whatever. Like you can do all the. It's like, yeah, that'd be interesting to do. So I'd be down.
Yeah.
Let's go. Be fun.
Dude, competition. We could have like an over under before the phone call.
Yeah, like let's get over 5 or whatever. That'd be funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, you want to get into the 5 for 5?
Yeah, and then maybe we'll leave the traveling tales for the last one.
Sure. So
Cool.
you want to explain this? This is your deal.
Yeah, so the this segment's we want to talk about our sponsor first. This is 5 for 5. So you buy 5 oil sprays from Norm Good, you get 5 free.
All right.
Shout out episode 1 sponsor Norm Good oil spray, Marshallville, Ohio. So this is 5 things, and I was kind of inspired by him a little bit because I thought, he's a pretty simple guy. What
Norm?
is he going without Norm? He's going without. He doesn't have a smartphone. He has a pen, a notepad, and I think he wears the same clothes.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Simple, very simple guy. I don't think he's Amish, but he's something like that. But I was thinking about 5 things that we use daily that you could go without.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
give me. We could go rapid fire. You give me one. I'll give you one.
Yep. A loofah. I shower with a loofah. It's
A
not
loofah? What's
necessary.
that?
Like a big spongy ball that you shower with. So I put my body wash on there. I get it all fluffed up and I wash with it. So
Dude, I'm gonna leave a review about your house. Bougie.
hey, I like
Spartan,
loofahs.
baby.
I like loofahs. I like the way it feels. It just gets everything all nice and bubbly. So I could definitely go without it. I have gone without it. I do feel strange just like pumping the soap on my hand and like rubbing it on my body. Like that just feels weird. So I like the loofah. Yeah, I could definitely live without
Okay.
it though.
Okay. Mine's gonna be a little bit more bold, but I know I could do it. I do it as a general rule now, except for shaving days, so this would be a challenge, but hot water.
Hmm. Yeah, I do. I've been doing the cold shower like since December 1st, right, every day, but I always shower hot first and then I switch it to cold. But so,
Yeah. Try just a full cold shower. After about 5 minutes, you'll be done with your shower, and dude, you'll feel revitalized. You'll actually just get used to it.
I feel revitalized after what I do, and so I think I'll just keep it that way because I don't want to suffer too much.
Okay.
So you're living without cold water.
Hey.
Um, Next thing is I use this every day, my iPad. Every single day I use my iPad. So I do like my Bible reading on here. I take notes with stuff on here. I use it constantly when I'm at home, not when I'm away from home. But um, I could definitely live without it because I just got this thing like a year ago. But yeah, I could live without it.
Okay.
You don't
Simple.
have an iPad, do you?
No.
Yeah,
No. I
didn't
thought
think
about
so.
getting one, but I'm trying to keep my life simple. Trying to go with the Norm Good approach to life.
Sometimes though, like if you're using a lot of paper, this is more simple than that. Just something to
Yeah,
think about. But
that's true.
anyways,
So I'd go. My next one would be hand towels.
okay. So you just wiping stuff on your pants?
Yeah, just drying off after washing my hands and just wiping it on my pants or shorts.
Mm,
Simple one to give up. I went hard first with the water, and I tried to balance this one out.
okay. Yeah, my next one would be what I wrote down here would be my watch. So I wear it every day. Don't need it. It's an Apple Watch, so it's kind of nice because it tracks your steps and your heart rate, which I just think it's interesting to know like what your resting heart rate is.
What is your resting heart rate?
Let's check it out. I'll read it to you here. Current heart rate is 62. 62.
62?
That's that's showing my resting. So my resting heart rate fluctuates between like 57 to like 62, 63, depending on the day.
Okay.
So I feel like that's pretty decent. I don't know, 1 beat per minute from this old hog, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, who was it? Was it one of the? I feel like there's some sort of an elite athlete that was it at 30 beats per minute? It was something insane. It's like every 2 seconds the heart's beating.
Let me look it up. World's lowest heart rate, 0 for dead people. No, I'm kidding. Um, yeah, Daniel Green holds the world record for the slowest heartbeat in a healthy human, with a heart rate measured in 2014 of 26 beats per minute.
Yeah.
26 beats per minute. Dude, that's crazy. I wonder what a healthy heart rate is.
Yeah,
Um,
see if you're there. You're
healthy,
using the item that you're ready to give up.
yeah, healthy resting heart rate. A normal resting rate for adults ranges from 60 to 100. Generally,
100?
yes, that's insane. Generally, a lower heart at rest implies more efficient heart function and better cardiovascular fitness. A well-trained athlete will have a rate in the 40s. So if I'm at 57, I'm almost ready for the Olympics, you know?
You're almost there, baby. That heart's pumping. Dude, I feel like at 100 beats a minute, I'd be going to the hospital thinking something's going wrong.
Yeah, because it says that my walking average is 90. So when I'm walking, my heart rate goes up to 90. And it's like,
Okay.
that's some people's resting. So like, that's wild. But most
Dude,
people
that's
in this country,
unbelievable.
yeah, unhealthy. So yeah, I could live without my watch. So
Mm.
what about you?
Okay. This is a hard one for me. I tried to think about things that, would make an impact on my life. I'm wearing them even right now. There they are.
Slippers?
Dude, every year get a new pair of slippers for
Mm,
Christmas for the family. It would be a hard one to do, but I could go without them. I just like comfortable house slippers.
yeah. No, I wear like slipper stuff. Like these are like those Hey Dudes, basically. But I wear these
Nice.
around the house because they're comfortable, you know, and it's got a little bit of support. So got to protect these diabetes feet. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to lose a toe out there. Yeah. Fourth thing I wrote down was these bad boys here. So
Nice.
I use these every single day. I got them probably a month ago,
Okay.
but they're so nice. So they're noise canceling, so it like blocks out all the background noise, and so I'll
Yep.
always use them at work when I'm in my office trying to get stuff done. Like Saturday morning, I was doing my devotions, and the kids were doing stuff in the living room, and so I just put them on. It cancels out the background noise, and I was able just to focus on what I was reading. So it's like
Mm.
they've been a game changer, really helpful for me. So
Dude, my wife was just telling me about these. Is it the AirPods or those or all of them in general? Something with the radiation. Are you aware of any of that? Or maybe if not, maybe if someone on here knows of the dangers of AirPods and
I don't
headphones and all
know.
that stuff.
I don't know. People say that with Bluetooth stuff that there's like
Hmm.
radi. I just look at it and I'm like, dude, we're not escaping this stuff. I don't know. Yeah. It's like people
Fully
that don't.
embrace it, baby.
It's like people that don't own a microwave because they're afraid of radiation. But it's like, dude, you walk around with a phone in your pocket that's emitting radiation. You sit in front of a computer screen all day that's emitting radiation, and you're like, no microphone for us or no microwave for us. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
2024, you know?
Bring on the
Yeah.
radiation. You think that could be like your theme for this year?
My word for the year, radiation.
Your word for the year. I mean, dude, at this point, you could just have like a microwave on your lap with the laptop on the microwave.
And just have it running. Have that microwave running. Just all day long. And it's like, yeah. I
Yep,
don't
you need
really
to warm that up. Go ahead, open it up. Yep, go ahead. Throw
popping some popcorn
your
right
hot
now.
pocket.
Yeah, but it's like I don't like, and I don't want to die from cancer. I'm not saying like I'm not wishing that upon myself, but I'm just like I don't know. I'm also like I enjoy the conveniences of the age that we live in. Like we're blessed, right? We live in like the greatest age in human history, and so it's like it's nice to be able to reheat my dinner and have it ready in a minute and a half or 2 minutes or whatever. You know, it's like I don't know. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So my headphones. What's your number four?
Hmm. Number four, and I'm thinking about switching over once my stockpile runs out. But daily is dental floss. Dude, I'm a religious. Once I kind of set stuff into motion, if it's a pretty good practice, it's there.
Hmm.
So I give up the dental floss because I've heard some good stuff about these water picks. Have you heard of them?
I actually got one for Christmas from my mom. I have not opened it yet.
Really?
Maybe tonight I'll open it and I'll give a review next week on the pod.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody I'm hearing that has these that was a flosser was like, oh, it's a game changer.
I think wouldn't it get messy though? Like what, you're spraying high pressure water in your mouth? Like how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know.
I I'll find out tonight as soon as
A-
this is over.
Ask Norm.
He knows.
He's used to high pressure stuff.
Yeah. So you give up floss and use a water pick.
Give up floss to go to the water pick.
I do like to
But
floss. I keep those little flossers in my car, like the center console. When I'm driving around, I'll floss. I don't know.
yeah, I remember jumping into the car with you a few times and seeing those flossers all around.
Yeah, I bought a car trash can, so I have that now, so
Did
that's
you?
helped. Yeah, it just goes on the back of the seat, so that way I just put trash in there instead of just having junk floating around. So just
Good for
trying.
you. That's a
Yeah,
big step.
it is.
Dude, you
Next
remember
thing,
the time we were traveling with the trash? Speaking of, this was the trip where you hit the orange cat.
we're
Do you
traveling
happen
with
to
the
remember
trash.
when we were traveling? Do you remember the moment with the trash in that car?
No.
Oh, dude, it was the funniest thing ever. You had a giant McDonald's bag, and I just remember you throwing it out the window on the highway in the middle of the night, and
No.
I think you just yelled like Al Gore.
Oh,
Do
I
you
was
not
gonna,
remember that?
I was gonna deny it, but I've yelled Al Gore before. Oh, I don't litter anymore, guys. That was 15 years ago. Cut me some
Dude,
slack.
last week it was the anti-dog episode. This week it's littering.
Well, this
I'm
on the way
burning
to church
plastics.
on the way to church on Sunday, I chucked a banana peel out the window and I yelled Mario Kart. But I'm like, it's biodegradable. It's gonna break down. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know?
yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with the kids throwing stuff like that out the windows as long as they're like fields or woods. But we've
Yeah.
had a few instances where they've thrown them out and like the car is right there.
Yeah. Or it's like we're in a parking lot and you're dropping an apple core, and it's like, buddy, let's just throw it in the trash, or throw it, yeah. So yeah, I'm okay with biodegradable stuff, or like, you're eating a piece of pizza or something and you're done with it, toss it. Sure, like a raccoon's gonna eat that, but
Yeah.
no trash. So I like to apologize to Al Gore, the Al Gore Foundation, and just let me know how I can right my wrongs. I'd appreciate
Yeah.
that. So maybe I'll
Yeah,
adopt
I
a
don't know
highway.
what would be. Yeah. Hey, that'd be going back to your roots. You were doing that pre-Al Gore when you were out there collecting cans.
Yeah. Hey, actually, You know what? I deserve a few litterings after a full summer of picking up all those dang cans for $20. Okay, I got scammed.
Oh, dude, maybe we could get maybe Route 21 could be named the JRich Highway.
Yeah, like overseen by JRich and Jerry, the podcast. Get a sign out there. That'd be fun. Trail Whispers podcast. So my fifth and final thing I could go without would be my Yeti products. I I use a Yeti coffee cup every day. I've got like three of them. So I'll use a Yeti coffee cup every morning, and then I use a Yeti water bottle throughout the day. And I could replace those with something else pretty easily, but I just really enjoy those nice containers to drink out of. So
Mm.
yeah,
Bougie.
bougie, bougie
Yeah,
AF,
let me know
dog.
what it. Oh, dude, I'm just thinking maybe that guy was writing a description about your life when he said the atmosphere is Spartan. You got a loofah, you
It's
got like
true.
this bougie bathrobe, and that. I mean,
Yeah.
you got it made.
I mean, we're blessed, you know? Like when you start looking at, I could live without these five things, like these are all luxuries. Like we could have probably
Yeah,
named 10 things. Like
yeah,
I could lose the bathrobe. I could. There's other things too that we could lose, and it's like, dude, we're blessed, you know? It's good.
yeah.
Life is
It's
good.
funny you brought that out. Yeah, that's what I put down for mine was the bathrobe. Dude, it's my daily. I put it on in the morning, go make my cup of coffee and go. That's when I kind of get out and do some quiet time and reading and
Hmm.
devotional time. But yeah, it's comfort.
Yeah, it really is.
Get out of that cold shower and you throw that bathrobe on, dude, it feels unbelievable. But if I had to, I could go without it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was a good segment. We should
Yeah,
do some
fun.
more five stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. 5 for 5. I think we got to end on this one, and I know you've got some good stories here with traveling tales. So this is just going to be, funny things that happen along the road because there's always funny things that happen. And this was inspired by my wife. We were talking, and she's like, "You got to tell the story." So when we were coming down to Florida in December, um, this was for her. She had to do like a lengthy interview process to become a lifeguard at the Y.
Mm.
So we came down in December, and so this was our second time coming down, and so she was, we were trying this trip out a little bit differently. We're like, oh, we'll leave at this time, and we drove to crap. What's the name of that place where they have the Christmas lights in West Virginia?
Beats me.
Anyways, it's this spot where you drive around and see all these lights and all this stuff. It was cool. But we left, and I feel like we drove for like 10 hours and we were only in Virginia. And so that's defeating because I'm like, you can typically go from Ohio to Virginia in about 5, 6 hours roughly.
Hmm.
So it felt like we were driving twice the time. Well, it's 3 in the morning, and we're gonna swap off for driving, and we needed gas, and I was like, I'm getting ready to do the graveyard shift, that 2 to 4 in the morning or something. We stop at Sheets, and so I go in, kids are sleeping, she's in the passenger seat. I come back out, and there's this lady that's kind of like walking around the entire parking lot, and it just looked like she's kind of close to the van. Well, here, when I went inside, some lady who was like on meth woke my wife up, who was like asleep in the passenger seat. She didn't have her contacts in, so she's blind. She's blind as a bat, can't see what's going on, sees this lady at the window, freaks out. So she acts like she's deaf. And so she starts acting like she's doing sign language and can't talk to this lady. 3 in the morning.
That was her reaction, to pretend to have a disability.
Pretend to have a disability and starts doing sign language at this meth addict lady who's looking for like free handouts or something.
And what was
Dude,
the sign language she was doing? Like, was it believable?
I I have no idea. Maybe we could get her on here to sign for us since she's yeah, apparently ASL certified. Dude, I was cracking up laughing when she told me that. Because here I am just going in to get a cup of coffee, get ready for that shift, and that went down. So,
Oh my
dude, it was
gosh.
funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Good for her. That's quick on your feet.
Act like you're blind and deaf.
Yeah, because she had to be tired. Like it's 3 in the morning. She just got done driving. She's
Yeah.
wiped out. Yeah.
So,
Um, funny funny stories. I gotta let this dog out real quick. Hang on. So, funny story. If I have a funny travel story, let me think here. I remember traveling out in Arizona when I was a kid, and I was with my dad and mom and brothers and sisters, the whole family, and my uncle and my aunt. My uncle's a good time, and all my cousins were there. And so my dad, we saw this metal rail, like there's a canyon. It wasn't the Grand Canyon, but it was like a drop off, and there's like a metal rail keeping, like a handrail, keeping people from being able to fall over the edge. And he told me, he was like, I think it was like, I'll give you $5 if you can keep your forehead on that metal bar longer than I can. And it's like 110 degrees outside. Sun's beating down on this metal bar. So this metal bar is just baking in the sun. And so we both lay our foreheads on this metal bar, and it is just burning my flesh. And so I last like probably 15 seconds, and I pull off. And so my dad stays on for even longer, probably 30 seconds or so. But then, like the rest of the day, we've just got a big red mark on our foreheads. So, yeah. Another
oh,
funny time traveling was we went to the Dayton Air Museum when I was probably, I don't know, 14, 15. And it's a weird time of life, and you're kind of insecure in yourself too, especially as a bald young boy. And I'm walking up on this wall. My mom's parents were in town, and was it my mom's parents or my dad's parents? No, I think it was my dad's parents. And I was walking on this, like, there's like a wall that was probably 3 feet high, maybe made of like brick or something like that, like decorative wall. I'm walking on the top of it, like, walking in a straight line, one foot in front of the other, and my dad just walks up and pushes me off. And I fall off and sprain my ankle. They thought I broke it, but I just sprained it. And so for the rest of the day, my dad's pushing me around this air museum in a wheelchair. So it's just, but it's like, yeah, we went on this trip and we drove 3 hours in the car to go see this, and it's like I'm in a wheelchair the rest of the day. So yeah, that's
dude,
all
unbelievable.
funny travel stories like that, red
All,
foreheads and
all involving
wheelchairs.
your dad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a good time.
Dude, I think maybe the craziest thing I've ever done before traveling is me and my brother-in-law. We were going down to this camp in North Carolina. You've been there before.
Yeah, same one with the orange cat.
And yep, same with the orange cap. And this one year, he and I think this was when I think he may have just moved back from Europe because he was a missionary over there. And we're going to this camp, and I rented what did I rent? It's like a Pontiac Vibe or something like that, just like a smaller car, something to
Mm.
run down there, put miles on. And this was a time of life where I was doing like freeze outs, burnouts, all this stuff. And so we decided, I was like, hey, do you think we could do a burnout all the way down to North Carolina?
Oh man.
So it's July, Ohio to North Carolina. It was like an 8.5 hour trip. From the moment we got in the car, we turned the heat on, full blast, 100%. Did not turn it off. The only reprieve you would get is like at the gas station, or if you're getting gas or had to go to the bathroom, and that was it. And we made a rule like you got to go fast. So we literally make it all the way down there. I think I actually suffered a little bit of heat stroke because I passed out in the service when we got down there. But the worst part, dude, I'll kid you not, it was that car was so bad. We literally we barely peed because we were sweating through all of our liquid all the way down there. The seats were soaked. The floor mats had a puddle
That's
of
so nasty.
sweat. When we got there, dude, it was so bad that I literally left the windows open for like several days to like air it out and let it try to like just get the moisture out.
Dude, that's
Dude,
gross.
it was nasty. So, yeah, shout out to my brother-in-law. That was literally a crazy
Once in
trip.
a lifetime, right there. Once in a
Yeah,
lifetime.
not going to do it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well,
tell us what you thought of the different segments or any other segments that you think would be fun
yeah, leave
because I
us a
know we have a lot
comment,
of
guys.
fan interaction.
Yeah, we have a ton of fan interaction. It's actually hard to keep it all straight. Why not? Why not interact? Leave a comment. Takes 2 seconds, okay? Takes 2 seconds. Leave us a comment.
Dude,
Tell us what you
you could
thought.
even tell Chat GPT to leave us a comment. Don't even
Sure.
do it
It'll
yourself.
write something for
Alexa,
you.
leave us a comment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
leave us a comment. We'd love it. So give us some feedback. Share it with a friend. Subscribe. And we'll catch you guys next week.
love you guys.
Love you. Peace.
See ya.